Interest rates have skyrocketed in the past year. There are buyers right now who feel that they missed the boat and they should have purchased a home 6 months ago. There's another set of buyers who think that prices may come down and that maybe they should wait. Does it make sense to buy a home in today's market? Well, in today's video, we're going to compare the current market to the market of 6 months ago, and we're going to get started right now. Hi, my name is David Matney with Nebraska Realty. I'm a local realtor here in Omaha, Nebraska. Now let's jump into today's topic. Many buyers right now are having second thoughts about buying a home right now. Let's compare the market of today versus the market of May of 2022. What would it look like buying a home then versus now? Now, 6 months ago, a home listed for $300,000 in Omaha, Nebraska would receive multiple offers, and a home listed for $300,000 would sell for $325,000. Many times the buyer would have to waive the appraisal contingency and the home inspection contingency. According to Mortgage News Daily, the interest rate in May of 2022 was 5.4%. Now, in May of 2022, the current number of active listings at that time was, and this is including new construction, was 646 active homes on the market. A home listed for $300,000 would sell for $325,000. The interest rate was at 5.4%. If they came in with 20% down and they waived inspections and they waived the appraisal, their payment would be $1,459.98. Now let's compare that to November of 2020. Now the current number of active listings on the market, 1,503 listings. A list price today of $300,000, you may be able to purchase that for $290,000. Now the interest rate today is at 6.6%. If you came in with 20% down payment, you could still do inspections now and you didn't have to waive the appraisal. Your payment today would be $1,481.69. In today's market, that means you're paying $21.71 more today versus 6 months ago. But if you bought the home 6 months ago and if you waived the appraisal, you may have to bring, let's say, it appraised for $300,000 and you bought it for $325,000. That means you had to bring an extra $25,000 cash to closing. And if you bought the home with no home inspection, that means you may have had some unforeseen repairs that you didn't anticipate. In May of 2022, we also didn't have as many choices. Today, we have over 1,500 listings versus just over 600 6 months ago. Buyers in today's market have more choices. Also, buyers who are VA and FHA buyers now have a chance to make a bid on a property, and buyers are getting inspections and they're not having to bring additional funds to closing. Now, the news media is working in the buyer's favor right now. Sellers are more concerned and realize that the market has changed. It's not the same market that it was 6 months ago. And sellers are more willing to negotiate now that fewer homes are being sold. One could argue that it's a better time now than it was 6 months ago. If you're buying a home, you want the opportunity to conduct inspections, and waiving the appraisal contingency is just a fancy way of overpaying for the property. Now, just last week, we've had some good news on the inflation front. The latest numbers for the CPI index were better than expected, and rates dropped below 7%. Now, are there fewer people buying homes? And the answer is yes. However, remember, when a home sells, way above list price with 10 to 15 offers, and there's no home inspection and they're waiving appraisals, that is not a normal market. Buyers in that type of market end up losing the home that they really wanted and settling for a home and paying more for that home and not doing the proper due diligence. In fact, 72% of recent home buyers have had regrets about their purchase. Here's another bonus, and that is, if we do go into recession next year, One of the ways that the Fed stimulates the economy is to lower interest rates in order to stimulate the housing market. Now, if that happens, then that could possibly give you an opportunity to refinance your current interest rate. Let's say you're one of those folks that believe prices are going to go down next year, and you find a home out there that you really like today for $300,000. There's nothing stopping you from making an offer on that property, let's say for $285,000. The jury is still out on pricing, and every market's going to be different. People who try to time the market can get burned if they're wrong. And there's a saying that goes like this: you don't wait to buy real estate, you buy real estate and wait. Remember, the perfect home does not exist, nor does the perfect time to buy exist either. Homes sell for market value. This is a long-term play, and you want to buy a home when it's the right time for your situation. Now, there are times when it makes perfect sense to rent. And if you'd like to know more about that, I'll leave a link to a video in the card above. And you also want to be careful about this too, and that is taking any advice off of what you see off a YouTube video or based off of what you see in the news media.